Welcome to a new video series I am in the process of creating. This is the first episode, and this series is called Rapture Reviews. This is where I review movie trailers, talk about some of my favorite scenes in movies, and I come at it from an end time perspective. So if you love the book of Revelation, you love the book of Daniel, you like talking about Black Swan events, you like talking about what's going to happen in the future with regards to the mark of the beast, the Antichrist, how that all fits in with Israel, all that stuff. We're going to hit it hard. So, my goal is by the time you're done watching a movie trailer, you'll get a whole new perspective of what Hollywood is trying to throw at us. And I honestly believe that we are at war with principalities, powers, rulers of the air. And one of those ways is for them to actually influence us in the media to get us ready for what's coming down the pipes. So that's my goal. So without any further ado, the first movie trailer that we're going to watch is Venom. Now, I watched this movie. I haven't seen the second one. I thought it was a horrible movie, boring, all kinds of stuff. Just, I didn't like it. But from a spiritual perspective, I think there's lots that we can dig up from this movie trailer. So let's jump in. Again, this is a trailer from Venom. I just warn you that there is one cuss word, I believe, in the trailer, the SHIT word. So can't really screen all these out, but I try to keep things pretty G-rated, if you will. But I think there's one cuss word that slips in on this trailer. So just letting you know ahead of time. So let's watch this trailer and then we'll break it down and talk about it. And hopefully this doesn't get flagged by YouTube and I can't upload it. So we'll see how this goes.
Thank you for bringing us collectively to this moment. It is a moment that so many have dreamed of claiming. History.
So here we get our first little snapshot of a figure that some people say kind of reminds them of Elon Musk. You can even say this could be Bill Gates in some ways, but I think it leans more on Elon Musk because with his Neuralink, he's trying to combine us with the internet. That's the easiest way to say it. By using Neuralink, basically implanting little tiny little hairs inside our brain that could basically help us to tap into the internet so that we can, if we ever have a thought, like we're like, I wonder how to make pumpkin pie. All of a sudden now we know. So instead of asking our mother, calling up our mother, grandmother, talking to other friends, neighbors, hey, how do you make a pumpkin pie? You can now access it with Neuralink. Wow. Okay, so let's continue here. Find it interesting too that Sony's little logo is this lady here. I forget what the name or what she is, what it represents, and all this stuff, but it kind of reminds me a little bit of the Statue of Liberty. And of course, we got the signature Marvel Studios, which is interesting in the book of Revelation. When John sees the great harlot sitting on a beast, he marvels. Another word for marvel is almost like you're so astonished you can't look away. And it's not always in a good sense, but that one of the angels was like, I think it was either an angel or an elder saying, why did you marvel? I'm going to show you some more stuff here. It's almost like he couldn't look away. So it's interesting that Marvel Comics is throwing out all these movies. So let's continue.
The guy you work for is an evil person.
So right there, first hint, the guy that you work for is an evil person. If you think about Elon Musk, being an evil person, as in he's up to no good, then this will make more sense. You could almost use this girlfriend as almost a type of church, if you will. And Eddie is a Christian.
I don't work for him. My firm works for him. Are you gonna behave yourself tomorrow?
I told you I'm gonna do my job. I'm a reporter.
So Eddie is a reporter. You can almost look at him as a watchman. He reports what he sees, and this is what watchmen do, like Watchman River, Tom Coat, all this stuff. They're always like, something's happening, guys. Let's talk about Israel. Israel's at war, all this kind of stuff. And they warn. So Eddie's character is a reporter, which again is a type of Christian, a watchman, if you will.
I follow people that do not want to be followed. What about the allegations that you recruit the most vulnerable for tests that end up killing people?
So again, this could be kind of, this came out about, I think it was 4 years ago, just before COVID hit, which is interesting because now many Christians are saying this is suspicious what's going on right now with this whole COVID-19 with vaccines and all this kind of stuff. And this movie came out before COVID-19. I think it might have even been months, just a few months before COVID-19 began. So you have a Christian questioning what's going on. And you have this character, again, you could say it's Bill Gates, but we're using Elon Musk for an example, even though Elon Musk didn't create a vaccine, but I'll talk about that later. So again, Christians questioning what's going on, what kind of a wool is being pulled before our eyes. So he's trying to report it, and the guy doesn't want to be on camera. He's basically saying, cut the head off. Beheading is coming. Beheading, that's what this symbol is.
Your time to go. You finished, Mr. Brock. Was that a
It's time to go, as in Christians must be executed.
threat?
See, he just told Eddie, again, Eddie the reporter, Eddie Brock, that, hey, look, we got to kill this guy. We got to cut his head off. And Eddie's like, is that a threat?
You finished, Mr. Brock. Was that a threat?
You had to learn.
And notice the hands right here. Right here. See the hand blocking the camera? Symbolizing they don't want you to see what's happening behind closed doors. Aren't you glad you're watching this little video series? You've probably already picked up on something. You will never watch trailers again the same way. So if you know anything about me, maybe you don't know anything about me. But I went to broadcast school and I used to try and get into movies and stuff. And I was actually in a movie with Tom Hardy, Inception. I never met Tom Hardy. I met Leonardo DiCaprio. I met Christopher Nolan, one of my favorite directors of all time. Never got to meet Tom Hardy, though. Didn't know anything about Tom Hardy, but I was on the movie set for 1 week of Inception, so I have a thing for movies. So here we go. So notice the hand blocking. Let's go.
Mr. Brock. Was that a threat?
You had to learn.
And a little hint of a rapture right here going on. I don't know if you caught that. Elevator going up. People being taken up. And then here you see camera, reporter, police officer, 3 people coming against Brock to report him. Eddie Brock, I should say. Hint of a rapture. Remember, it's clear, crystal. It looks like they're actually levitating, actually floating up to heaven in a glass elevator. Don't think Hollywood doesn't know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. It's just right before our eyes and we can't see it. We have blinders on. So my goal is to, by watching these trailers, that I can knock off the blinders that are on you.
You had to learn how to hide in plain sight.
So we had to learn to hide in plain sight. Cup of ice, 50 cents. This is interesting because you may not be able to have water, bottles of water, all this kind of stuff. So people will pay for just a cup of ice, just a sip. What does that remind you of? Reminds you a little bit of the parable of Lazarus and the rich man. One guy ended up in Abraham's bosom. The other guy ended up in hell. And he said, if Lazarus could just give me just a little drop of water, just so I could basically just touch some water at the tip of my tongue. This is what's coming in the future, ladies and gentlemen. You also see some Chinese written here. And on the left, I'm not sure. I think that's Chinese as well, caricatures. I'm not sure what EBT is. Somebody, if you're watching this and you speak Chinese or Cantonese or whatever, feel free to let me know what that is. So he's going into a grocery store to try and get some food, because that's what people are going to be doing. Christians will be trying to fight for their food.
I'm pretty good at it.
Remember, this is after the rapture. So those of us that believe in Jesus Christ will be raptured, but those of us left behind that are like, where did our friends go? And they never believed in God. They never believed in Jesus Christ. They just did the motions. They're like, I'm a good person, but they never accepted Jesus Christ as the Son of God. This is a Christian that's left behind. I should clarify this. I should mention that at the beginning, that this is after the rapture. So Eddie's trying to figure himself out. He's just a normal guy and then gets saved.
But you suck. Whoever you are.
I work at the Life Foundation, and I need
So this could be a representation of the Holy Spirit letting Eddie know that, hey, not everything is as it seems, or just a friend.
your help. We found something.
So again, they're working in a
We
lab,
call them symbiotes.
working on symbiotes, basically to combine. This could be an example of Neuralink to combine with the host.
Carlton Drake believes that the union between human and symbiote is the
So you could say union between human and artificial intelligence. This is what Elon Musk is trying to do right now. Notice the skull. They're keeping an eye on the skull, and over on the right, you see a screen with another skull. Almost looks like that there's a chip that they're planting into the guy's brain, even though they're using a symbiont or a symbiote.
the key to our evolution.
Very painful. Take the mark of the beast. It is very painful. Notice that they have things like frequency. Subject is Brock, which is interesting because in this scene here, it's not Brock. Brock is not there. But in this one here, his name comes up. Right? Where is it? Where is that, Brock? It's real quick. Let me see if I can catch it. Very painful, tied up against his will to get the mark of the beast. Frequency. So there could be some type of frequency being used as well to get the mark of the beast. Not sure. But the subject in this picture is not that black guy that was strapped up. It's actually Brock. And if you notice to the right side, there's HUM 58 and something else going on. 86157. Not sure what that means, but they know what it means. Guy might want to do a research on 861 and 57 and figure out what that is. So this is Brock, and there's a frequency. So don't know with 5G tower, don't know what, it's kind of interesting that they have this and they're trying to figure out what frequency this guy is on. Another lab rat, another person that's had the mark, and notice there's ice everywhere, which is kind of interesting. Maybe the person develops a temperature from taking the mark of the beast, and they have to keep people cool in isolation after they take the mark. We don't know, but you'll notice her right hand has a mark. It has open sores, bruises, all this kind of stuff, and she's crossing her ankles, almost symbolic of I don't know, it's almost like in a fetal position. Tax him. has to take some pills, probably trying to counteract what's happening to him, how he's feeling, all this kind of stuff. So is this a Christian taking the mark? Is this a believer taking the mark? Not sure. But he has Venom inside of him.
I'm feeling really sick.
So he's getting sick now. The whatever is inside him, it could be Venom antidote, if you will. They have mentioned that, I say they. If you were to type in using Venom as an antidote for vaccines, or to use them as vaccines, there's tons of articles all over the place. So don't be surprised if Elon Musk somehow gets involved with that, using Venom in order to create vaccines in the future, which could be the mark. And as we all know, X marks the spot. So X is almost another word for mark.
I'm hearing a voice.
You're not real. You were just in my head.
So that could be the side effects of Neuralink, for all we know. That if you take the chip, you're not going to be feeling very good. Trying to take aspirin to cure his headache. People could have headaches. Who knows?
I'm gonna need Mr. Drake's property back.
So they're using a blue light here to try and extract whatever is in Eddie. Venom, of course. They want to take him in and take the property back.
I don't know.
Right there, you could see again that something happened with his right arm. Dispose of this bad guy out the window, and then looks at his right arm. This is what people will be doing when they take the mark. They're like, uh-oh, I took the mark of the beast, and now I'm basically lost forever, to be tossed into the lake of fire. So again, I'm going to get all kinds of people going crazy, going, are you saying a Christian can lose their soul? No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is, if you take the mark of the beast, you will get tossed into the lake of fire. That is a fact. Anyone that takes the mark of the beast will get tossed into the lake of fire. Is Brock a Christian in this movie? Don't know. I'm just playing off of the idea that these could be people that are left after the rapture that have to struggle with the concept of getting the mark of the beast. He has a conscience right now. It's like something is not right. May not be a Christian. Could be just a person that does not want to get the mark of the beast.
I don't know.
Why would we do that?
So again, I don't know where this is. This looks like perhaps like Chinatown or something. Drones. I don't know if you caught that here. Let me just play this here. So they're going to be using drones to come after people that don't want to take the mark of the beast. Doesn't matter who you are, male, female. If you're trying to avoid taking the mark of the beast, you're going to be hunted down by drones.
If you're gonna stay, you will only hurt bad people.
The way I see it, we can do whatever.
Again, symbolic of the right arm, taking the mark of the beast. Because again, in the book of Revelation, whoever takes the mark of the beast, which would be in your right arm or in your forehead. So this clearly looks like Eddie is struggling after he took the mark of the beast.
We want. Do we have a deal?
So you got to make a deal. You make a deal to take the mark of the beast, you can do whatever you want. Total freedom. Total freedom. Let me just see here what's going on here. Let me just back up. Sometimes there's stuff that happens so quick here.
Want. Do we have a deal?
Embrace, which is interesting that they put this in here. Embrace it. Embrace change. Again, our friend Klaus Schwab tells us to embrace artificial intelligence. Embrace AI technology. Out in the woods, many people are going to be fleeing into the woods that do not want to take the mark of the beast.
Sacrifice
Embrace your inner
the one thing you hold most dear.
anti-hero. So I'll just let it play again here.
Are you willing to sacrifice the one thing you hold most dear?
Are you willing to sacrifice the one thing that you hold dear, which could be your conscience, could be your family. If you don't take the mark of the beast, you have to sacrifice your family because you're going to be running for your life. They could be at risk as well. So if you take the mark of the beast, you're saving your family, which is, so here's Antichrist right here, anti-hero. Time to embrace the anti-hero, Antichrist. There he is, taking the mark of the beast full on. It's affecting him.
You should be extremely afraid.
So they're telling us we should be extremely afraid to take the mark of the beast. Another little symbolism of being raptured up. Perhaps, again, the idea of before the mark of the beast, but clearly some kind of a symbol of him being raptured up, which is interesting. Not to confuse people again. I'm trying to use one movie trailer to show you different perspectives of the rapture, different perspectives of the tribulation. It's just interesting that this guy is floating up and then gets brought down by Venom, thus telling you that you will not make the rapture if you take the mark, which ergo could mean the mark of the beast could happen pretty quick. We just may not know it's from the Antichrist. Lots of theories.
What the hell are you?
We are Venom.
So the we are Venom is very similar to when Jesus met a man, two men. In one gospel, it says two men. Actually, two gospels, I think it says two men. In one gospel, it says one man. So basically, this man was possessed with legion. Jesus asked him his name. He said, "We are legion. We are many." So Venom introduces himself as we are Venom. Eddie Brock is possessed by this devil here, which is Venom. And who knows if we're getting in the future, the mark of the beast has something to do with Venom, taking Venom, anti-Venom, whatever you want, as the mark that separates you from those that don't take the mark. All right. So that's enough for that. So hopefully you got something out of this trailer. There are more trailers to come down the pipes. Hopefully you got something. Hopefully you like this kind of thing. If you do, let me know in the videos. Let me know you like that. If there's a movie trailer that you're like, yeah, this feels kind of weird. Shane, can you please review this movie trailer from a Christian perspective? Just let me know the name of the movie trailer in the comments, and I'll look it up and I'll record a video and I'll talk about it. Make sure to let me know where you're watching these videos from. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Thanks for watching.